students, Sairam. So, English, we shall proceed with the next part of lesson number 8, that is Pandavas in exile. Now children, in our first part, we have seen that the Pandava brothers, they had to follow the conditions as they lost the game with Kauravas. So they were asked to go for an exile for 12 years and 1 years of, that is the 13th year of was for incognito. And so their 12 years were already over, and in the 13th year there were various adventures they were doing around. So as they were walking, they walked for a longer period of time and were very tired, and so they sat on one place, and accordingly as they were very thirsty, so what did Sahadeva do? He went to search for water for everybody. So as he went for searching water, he did not return for a longer period of time. So Yudhishthira was worried, and so he sent Nakula to search for his brother Sahadeva. When Nakula went, he also did not return back. So like this, one by one, all his brothers, Yudhishthira's brothers, they went to search each other, but nobody returned back. So Yudhishthira was worried, and so this time he himself went to search for his brothers. Okay, so now let's proceed with the lesson. Now he walked down for a distance and he came to a pool in a clearing in the forest. Its clear, still waters reflected the blue sky, while the pink and white and blue lotuses that grew in it raised their smiling head to the sun. But as his eyes looked upon the lovely scene, Yudhishthira saw another sight that made his blood freeze in his veins. For upon the earth lay his 4 brothers, cold and still, either dead or unconscious. Their eyes were closed, and when he called to them, they would not answer. Sorrow filled the king's heart, and he fell on his knees by them and wept bitterly for them, wringing his hands in his grief and crying out, no heaven to take him too, for he could not live without his brothers. So when Yudhishthira went searching for his brothers, so he could see that it was a beautiful sight. So as he was looking at the sight, at the same time he saw another scene. And what was that? He saw all his brothers were lying unconscious. So seeing them, he was very scared and also worried. So he started crying. Like, what happened? He tried to call them out, but nobody was answering as they were unconscious. Lay his 4 brothers cold and still. Okay, so he was not knowing whether they are dead or they are unconscious. So as everybody's eyes were closed, so he was just praying for them to wake up, as he won't be able to live without his brothers. Okay, next. Now though Yudhishthira did not know it, this was what had happened. One by one, his brothers had come to this forest pool. The first to come was Sahadeva. He was full of joy at seeing water, for he was very thirsty. He knelt upon the bank and bent down to drink the waters of the pool, when a voice broke through the silence of the grove. Stop, Sahadeva, said the voice. Do not drink, for this is an enchanted pool. Startled, Sahadeva looked about him, but he could see no one. He turned to the water. It looked cool and inviting. He was very thirsty. As he paused, undecided, the voice rang out again. I am a Yaksha, it said, and this enchanted pool belongs to me. No one may drink of its water until he has answered my questions. Sahadeva rose up and waited. So now and waited. So nobody knows when Yudhishthira came to see his brothers, he saw them unconscious and he was not aware about what had happened. So what actually had happened, that they saw when Sahadeva came searching for water, he saw that pool and was very happy as he was very thirsty and he could find water there. So he knelt upon the bank and bent down to drink the water of the pool. So as when he was about to drink the water, there a voice broke out. And what did it say? It said, "Stop, Sahadeva." So hearing that, even Sahadeva was startled and he was just trying to search everywhere from where the voice is coming. He turned to the water and again he saw that as if it was cool and inviting, as if to drink the water. So he was very thirsty. So as he paused, he undecided, the voice rang again. So when he was about to drink and was waiting to drink the water, so again the voice came. And what did it say? "I am Yaksha." So who is Yaksha? As I told you before, it is Yama, the god of death. And what did he say? That this enchanted pool belongs to me. That this pool belongs to whom? To Yaksha. And nobody can drink the water from that pool unless they answer to his questions. So now Sahadeva, he rose up and waited. He could still see nobody. He seemed to be alone except for the birds chirping in the trees and the dragonflies zooming over the water. It must be my fancy, Sahadeva thought. The hot sun makes my imagination work. He decided to ignore the voice of the invisible speaker. He was too tired and thirsty to wait. He made a cup of his hands and kneeling down began to drink. So now Yaksha, he waited and again he just gave a watch, but he could see nobody. And then he found that there was nobody. He was there alone and the birds were chirping and the dragons flies zooming over the water. So he thought it must be his imagination, his fancy. And so he thought that okay, the hot sun makes my imagination work. So he decided to ignore the voice, the invisible speaker, and as he was very tired and thirsty, he made cup of his hands and was about to drink water. But hardly had the water touched his lips when he felt himself struck down. Sahadeva's senses reeled. The world went dark and he fell down unconscious. So as he took the water and he just not even drank the water, but just it touched his lips, and what happened? Sahadeva, he fell down and he was unconscious. Okay, the world went dark and he fell down and became unconscious. So he did not pay any heed to the warning that was given by Yaksha, and he drank that water. So he was fell down unconscious. When Nakula arrived shortly afterwards, he was grieved and surprised to see his brother in this condition. But so great was his own thirst that he did not wait. He rushed to the water's edge to drink. But as he stooped, he too heard the Yaksha's warning voice. However, he too paid no attention. He drank, and instantly he too was struck down and rendered unconscious. When Bhima came to the spot, the same fate overtook him, though he was strong and mighty, and though he sent a shower of arrows in all directions and searched all round for the hidden enemy. So when Nakula came to search for his brothers, he saw his brother lying down there unconscious. He was also very sad, but at the same time he was very thirsty. So he just went to drink water. Again there was a warning of Yaksha, but he did not pay any heed to the warning. And it happened the same with Nakula. When he was about to drink water, what happened? He did not pay heed to the warning given by Yaksha, and so he was also fell down unconscious. So after Nakula, who came? It was Bhima. So again the same situation had taken place with him, and he also was trying to, though Bhima was very strong and he sent his arrows to kill the enemy in all direction, because he was not sure where the voice is coming from. So he sent his arrows in all direction and searched all round the hidden enemy, but he could not find anybody. And ultimately what happened? Again he was also fell down unconscious, as he also made an attempt to drink that water. Okay, so children, now let's proceed further. Arjuna fared no better, and when Yudhishthira came at last to the pool in search of them, he found his four brothers lying as if they were dead. For a long time, Yudhishthira wept over them. Then, feeling his thirst overpower him, he dragged himself to the edge of the water. But as he bent down, Yudhishthira heard the Yaksha's warning voice. Yudhishthira looked around. "Who are you?" he asked. "Ask your questions and I shall answer them as well as I can." So, one by one, all the brothers went, and happened the same with them. So now it was Yudhishthira who went who came there to the pool searching all his brothers, and he found them, they were lying unconscious there. So when Yudhishthira was about to drink that water, again he also got to hear the same voice. So Yudhishthira, he stopped himself and he looked around and he questioned, "Who are you? Ask your questions and I shall answer all your questions." Then the voice said, "I am a Yaksha, O Yudhishthira, and it is well for you that you heeded my warning. Now listen to my question." Now the voice said, "I am Yaksha. Yudhishthira, good that you have paid attention to my warning. So now just listen. I will ask you few questions. What makes the sun shine?" So what was the first question of Yaksha? What makes the sun shine? So what is the answer Yudhishthira gave? The power of God. Yudhishthira answered. His next question, what is man's surest weapon against danger? The Yaksha asked. And Yudhishthira said, courage. Courage is his surest weapon in danger. Okay, so in this way Yudhishthira answered the question. So children, in today's part we have seen about how one by one all the brothers went and how they were fell down unconscious near the pool, as they did not pay any heed to the warning of Yaksha. But at last when Yudhishthira reached there, he paid attention to Yaksha's questions and tried to answer those questions. So now we'll do a passage, a comprehension, and try to answer questions on the passage. Okay, this passage we have read earlier also. He walked on for a distance until he came to a pool in a clearing in the forest. In clear, still waters reflected the blue sky, while the pink and white and blue lotuses that grew in it raised their smiling heads to the sun. But his eyes looked upon the lovely scene. Yudhishthira saw another sight that made his blood freeze in his veins. For upon the earth lay his 4 brothers, cold and still, either dead or unconscious. Their eyes were closed, and when he called to them, they would not answer. Sorrow filled the king's heart, and he fell on his knees by them and wept bitterly for them, wringing his hands in his grief and crying out to heaven to take him too, for he could not live without his brothers. So let's try to answer the questions based on this passage. Where did Yudhishthira reach while searching for his brothers? So where did he reach? Yes, he walked down for a distance until he came to the pool in a clearing in the forest. Next, what did Yudhishthira see in another side? So he could see that enchanted pool. Apart from that, what did he see? Yudhishthira saw his 4 brothers lying on the earth cold and still, either dead or unconscious. Yudhishthira could live without his brothers. State whether the statement is true or false. What you say, children? He could live without his brothers? No, he could not. So the answer is false. Right? Okay. So we shall stop here for today. We shall proceed with the next part of our lesson in our next class. Till then, thank you, children.